Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back. My name is Natalie. If this is the first time that you're watching my videos, thank you for stopping by. I hope that if you enjoy what I do and share here on this channel, you can subscribe and share it with your friends. So in this video, we are going to talk about this upcoming week astrology forecast, and we'll be talking about February 19 to 25th, 2023. So this week we have some major transit happening, so let's talk about it. Immediately on Monday, Hong Kong time, on the 19th, 12:13 p.m. or it will be Sunday night in Eastern time, 11:13 p.m. So adjust the time according to where you are in the world. The sun is going to enter the last zodiac sign, Pisces, to kickstart Pisces season for all of us. Pisces is the last sign in this zodiacal wheel. So we are 1 month away, our astrological new year. So take a look at your natal chart to see which house is ruled by Pisces. This is the house that the sun is going to enter, energize, and shine upon this house of yours in the next few weeks. So Pisces is also ruled by Jupiter, just like Sagittarius, but the energies of both of these signs are very different. So both signs talks about expansion, right? Because it's ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is that planet of abundance, expansion, spiritual growth, knowledge, wisdom, and so on and so forth, right? But the energies are very different because Sagittarius is a fire sign, right? It's very outward. It's very kind of like a expansion towards the outside, right? You are exchanging ideas, you're learning, you are expressing, you're sharing, and so on and so forth. But with Pisces, this is a water sign. We're talking about the vast, limitless ocean, which talks about our subconscious and emotions as well. So these are more inward feeling, right? We're talking about our emotions, our subconscious, which is within us, things that we can't see, which is all Pisces is about. So even though it's also ruled by Jupiter, Pisces season is more of a internal expansion season for all of us, right? So it is talking about, like I said, our emotions, feeling, everything we're sensing and feeling, right? That we cannot see, that sometimes we don't even have words for, but we just feel it, right? This is very deep within us. And Pisces, like I said, is a mutable water sign, the last sign of the zodiacal wheel. So there's a sense of accumulating in Pisces season because we're in the last sign, right? So some of us might feel like maybe we are wrapping up a situation, a chapter of your life, a particular area of your life, or something that's been ongoing that you're doing, that you're going through. Pisces season might feel like a time where everything is kind of accumulating. It's like reaching that last phase or coming into fruition, or you're finally letting it go, processing it, right? You're ready to maybe start anew. So this season can feel like that for many of us in this way, right? And you might also feel like it's time to maybe reflect on how this year has been, not the Gregorian calendar year, right? Because in that calendar, the year just begun, which I personally don't really resonate with. Just for me, I know I can't speak for everybody, but in my own opinion, yes, we say 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year. The number turned from 2023 to 2024, January 1st. It feels like the number flipped, but that's all for me. It doesn't feel like a new year because in where I'm living in the northern hemisphere is in the middle of winter. It's like the death season where everything is quiet, you know, the plants are dead, everything is dead, and the weather is usually cold. Well, not as cold anymore because of climate change, but you know, it just doesn't feel like a new year to me, so I don't resonate with it. But yeah, so who knows, maybe this is more resonating with you, living with the energy, living with the cosmic energy. This might feel like the end of year for some of us, right? So again, Pisces is the sign where we have a double body of fishes, right? We have two fishes swimming against each other, right? In opposite direction. So that symbol is that energy also reminds us of that yin and yang, the light and darkness, the masculine and feminine within us, because we embody both of us. So Pisces season is very special in some way because it's that season where you connect with that both sides of you, which makes up the whole of you, right? So we can't have one without another. We cannot just embody one without embodying the other. This is about the balance. This is about the balance of both in order to create that wholeness. And Pisces, therefore, is very intuitive, very compassionate. During the season, we might feel more into that, right? We might feel more likely to tap into our intuition, our sense of compassion, to connect with ourselves, our inner self, the voice that is within us, our inner compass that guide us, right? And so you might feel like you're more in touch with this energy as well. Pisces also talks about sometimes the weaker, the more vulnerable groups in our world and our society. This might be a time where you pay more attention to them, which there's a situation that is very, very much needs our attention right now with the genocide that is happening in Gaza right now. So during this season, maybe perhaps we are tuning more into it. We're trying to do what we can to help contribute to this sadness that is happening. We turn this sadness into motivation. We turn this energy, turn this compassion into motivation to help us, to allow us to give back, to contribute in whatever way we can to this collective liberation. So take this Pisces season to maybe perhaps slow down a little bit, to give yourself that time to be with yourself, to go inward and connect with yourself, your intuition, to take stock of what's been happening for the past 12 months and that in this astrological year, as the sun in Pisces continue to move forward, and the sun will stay in Pisces until March 1920, depending where you are in the world, and we will begin Aries season, which is a new astrological year. And then the next day, well, not next day, sorry. On the 22nd of February, we have Mars and Venus conjunction that is happening at 6 degrees in Aquarius. So this is quite big because both of them are our personal planets and they are always associated with the lovers in the cosmic, right? We have Mars, which is the masculine energy, and we have Venus, that is the feminine energy, that known as the cosmic lovers. So today, they're sharing a kiss, conjuncting up in the sky in Aquarius at 6 degrees. So if you have any planets or points near that or exact, you're definitely feeling it. So this can also signify a new cycle for all of us in some way, shape, or form, because Mars and Venus conjunct is beginning a new cycle for these two planets, the energy, the things that these two planets talks about, right? So they usually conjunct once a year. Give or take, sometimes it's a little bit more than a year, but more or less, let's say average a year-ish or so. So the last time that it happened is 2022 March 6th, right? So a while ago. And the next one will be like, I don't know, like early 2026 or something like that. So year and a half, give or take, right? So I'm sure when I say Venus, Mars conjunction, the very first thing that many of us immediately think about is love and relationships, which is not wrong. So for some people, this might mean that way, but Mars and Venus conjunction mean a lot more than that, okay? Because while this can talk about relationship, right? This can talk about maybe two person coming together, right? Forming a bond, creating a new relationship, starting a new relationship. Or this conjunction can also mean that an existing relationship going to the next level, right? This might be from dating to official to moving into getting married, or having a baby, or starting something new, or something like that, right? It's like maybe a new chapter in life together. But Mars and Venus can also talk about money matters, right? Venus talks about money, right? Other than our relationship. While this can be romantic relationship, it can also talk about other one-on-one relationship. So money matters, conjuncting with this Mars, this action-seeking, assertive energy, right? This can also be maybe a time where you're starting a new, investment, right? Maybe starting a new business, right? Because Venus talks about your passion, and Mars is that passionate energy that take things forward, that make things happen. This might be a time where you want to start a creative project idea, start your own business, pick up a new hobby, so on and so forth, right? So Mars and Venus, okay, so this message might not resonate with everybody, but since I do talk about the transit aspect that is happening for us every week. So if we trace back to 2023 in June, right? Mars and Venus, they were in the sign of Leo, and we had that Venus retrograde, right? Some of us, if you watch my previous videos, if you have been following me, you will know, or just, any other astrologers and so on and so forth. So during that time, right, about 6 months ago back in June, Venus and Mars were very, very close together, but they did not come to an exact conjunction. The closest they were was about like 3 degrees apart, but they were doing this little dance, this back and forth, getting closer and closer, and then drifting apart again as they leave the sign of Leo. And then they have been kind of playing this little cat and mouse game ever since, right? Until right now, where today they come into this exact conjunction. So for some of us, for some of you, it might mean that maybe perhaps something began in June, back in June. It may be a budding relationship, or maybe you have been thinking about being back into the market, right? Back into the dating world, dating around. You have been dating around, talking with people, and maybe perhaps now in February 22nd, this is around the time where you're like, oh, I find that somebody, right? Or maybe for some, this is like you have been seeing each other since June, and you have been, like dating, or maybe some of you are still, talking to other people, but this might be the day you want to make it official. Or maybe you have been brainstorming a creative project idea since June, and finally you're bringing it into fruition, making it happen, right? So these are all the possibilities that these are all the possible manifestation of this aspect today. So everyone might be a little bit different. And the next day, on the 23rd, we have Mercury moving into Pisces. So Mercury will enter Pisces at Hong Kong time, 3:29 p.m. Hong Kong time on 23rd, or it can be 2:29 a.m. in the Eastern time. So adjust the time according to where you are in the world. Mercury is said to be in detriment in the sign of Pisces, meaning that it's not the most powerful. It can't really express its energy to the fullest. And so some people will be like, while yes, this can be true, this is how the astrology is, but I want to say that it simply means that we are expressing and using this mercurial energy in a different way, in the Pisces way, right? So it's different. Mercury in Pisces talks about, like I said previously, Pisces is our intuition, our subconscious. So Mercury in Pisces is about that intuition, dropping down from the air energy, which is Aquarius season is all about, back into the heart, right? Feeling it, right? Communicate with emotions, with feeling. Maybe this is a time where you feel like you can be more vulnerable and honest with what you're feeling and sensing, and let others know. Maybe this is the time where you feel like you can finally express yourself. Maybe this is the time you're communicate in a more emotional way, right? You're expressing yourself more instead of being up in your mind all the time. Mercury in Pisces is also talks about the subconscious, therefore very creative and imaginative. So during this transit, you might find your creative juice flowing more fluently. You have some creative project idea that might come up. You have some light bulb moment. You have some new ideas, or so on and so forth. And because Mercury in Pisces talks about the subconscious, it also kind of opens up more possibility to allow us to maybe perhaps communicate, think things, talk about things from a different perspective, right? From a different angle, seeing it from a different point of view, right? This might open up different opportunities or possibilities during a conversation of while you're discussing a topic or something. So this is not bad. Maybe this transit is about tapping into your feelings and emotions, your intuition, and communicate from that space, right? Of course, all energy has light and dark attributes, right? So during this transit, you might feel like you might have a hard time to find the right words to express and communicate yourself or with others, because you can feel it, you can sense it, but sometimes we just can't find the word to say it, to write about it, to communicate exactly what we're feeling, right? But we feel it. That might be it. So during this transit, be sure to try your best to communicate clearly, because there might be a chance where you can have miscommunication, you don't get each other, you're like, what are you trying to say? I don't understand, or like so on and so forth, right? So this is a possibility that might happen. And also because Pisces talks about our subconscious, the dreams, right? This might be a transit that you find yourself that you're easily distracted, right? You doze off to your own la la land, and some a person's talking to you, and then you're just like in your daydream mode, or you're like thinking about something else, or you're like in your own world. So you might feel that distraction or disconnection from people. You might feel like it's a time where you want to go inward instead. So Mercury is going to stay in Pisces until March 10. So this is our weekly astrology. We do have a full moon coming up, full moon in Virgo, which I'll do a separate video about it. It will come out in the next few days, so watch out for it. And now we'll end the video with the message from the universe for the collective this week. So from the tarot deck, we have the Nine of Swords, we have Seven of Cups, and Ace of Cups. So very much resonating with what I've been talking about. And if you have been following my videos or other astrologers, you will know that the past couple of weeks the energies are quite intense, because we do have Pluto that entered in Aquarius, and all the planets passing through Aquarius is conjuncting with that 0 degree point in Aquarius with Pluto. So perhaps the past couple of weeks, and they're all personal planet, right? We have the sun, we have the moon, and then we have Mercury, and then we have Venus and Mars. So the past couple of weeks might stir up a lot of things for all of us. For some, this can be very internal manifestation, right? Maybe some thoughts comes up, some internal fears or worries comes up. Maybe something happened that really stressed you out. You might need to confront some fears or truth or things from outside, right? And some of us have been maybe feeling very stressed, or a lot is weighing on your mind. You feel like there's a lot going on, stirring up your emotions, and so on and so forth. But I feel like as the sun enters Pisces this week, you will start to feel an ease. You might start to maybe everything that needed to happen. So this week is about, okay, so what am I going to do with it? How am I going to deal with them? How can I take care of my energy so that I can deal with what happened, right? This is more of an inward feeling this week, I feel like. And how to do it is to tune into yourself, right? Pour back into your cup. If the past couple of weeks a lot has been happened for you, right? This week is taking care of yourself. It's that Pisces season, coming back into yourself, coming back into your own cup, pouring back into that cup to take care of yourself, your emotional health, mental health, what nourishes you, what brings you joy. do that for yourself. When you can do that for yourself, you'll be able to take care of whatever that came up that's coming up for you, right? So just remember, and because the energy is also building up to that full moon, so we might still feeling all those tension from all the aspect that's been happening the last couple of weeks. This week is all about maybe things coming into accumulation, right? That final release, or something finally happened, or you're finally looking within to see how you want to face it, deal with it, and so on and so forth. So remember, like the Moonology card that we have next, last quarter moon in Cancer, take a breather, right? Take care of yourself, your emotional and mental health. Give yourself to time and space. This week is about slowing down and see how you're feeling with whatever that came up or happened for you. And then we have last quarter moon in Virgo, attend to the detail, which I feel like when things are happening for you, when things feel too much, feel overwhelming, or too stressful, or everything or anything, how can you take care of yourself? Break it down into bite-sized pieces. Manage it little bit by little bit, right? Maybe I can just focus on one detail right now. What is it? Maybe this is rest. Maybe this is taking care of yourself. This is, you've not been eating. Go get that meal already, or get that rest already, right? And lastly, from the Oracle card, we have deep knowing. Wow. Okay, so this is very beautiful. This is totally that Pisces energy coming up for us, right? You see that little owl with its eyes closed, and the moon with its eyes closed. This is about connecting with the deeper knowing, connecting with ourselves, right? When we close our eyes, when we come back to ourselves, come home to ourselves, we can tap into that limitless wisdom that we all embody within ourselves, our intuition, our inner compass. So let that guide you. And see, we also have that full moon coming up, which is happening for us this weekend. So take care of yourself. I hope this message helps. Feel free to comment below. Let me know how you're doing, how you're feeling, right? Which house is ruled by Pisces? Let's see what topics are you wrapping up? Are you closing out as we reach this last zodiac season before the new astrological year kicks in? And also, I am wishing you all a great week ahead. If you want to work with me, I offer all kinds of astrologies reading. I also do tarot and akashic records reading and distant energy healing with reiki. So if you're interested, all my information in the description box below. Connect with me in IG. Over there, sometimes I host events or live. I'll post them over there. So remember to follow me there as well. And I'm wishing you all a great week ahead. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!